What should we expect pupils in P1 to achieve when it comes to reading and writing in Leblano? First of all, clear benchmarks for reading and writing in the local languages of Uganda have not yet been established. This makes it difficult for teachers to do their jobs effectively because they don't know exactly where they are going. It's also difficult for pupils and parents because they don't know if they are succeeding in school or not. This means that clear and measurable attainment targets for reading and writing in local languages are needed if Uganda is going to establish a successful literacy curriculum. This video will show you examples of pupils who we believe represent the average child's performance in 4 easy-to-administer literacy tests. Pupils were filmed in the middle of each term. They were given the exact same test each time. Now, let's begin by looking at the letter name knowledge test. Knowing the names of the letters is one of the foundations of learning to read. Our test includes the big and small forms of the 16 Leblano letters pupils will learn in P1. Let's look at the performance of Akogo Immaculate from Alidi Primary School on this test. In Term 1, Akogo is unable to read any of the letters. This is understandable because we haven't begun a formal systematic instruction in the letters yet. Term 1 is focused on pre-reading and handwriting skills.
Cha Oh
In Term 2, pupils are introduced to a new letter each week. You can see that Akogo can now identify some of the letters. By the middle of Term 2, she is reading 11 letters per minute.
Ma Ha O Ta Ha Ra Ma I Na Sha La O Da Pa.
In Term 3, Akogo is able to confidently read all the letters on the test. We believe that the average P1 child should be able to name all 32 letters introduced in P1 in 1 minute by the end of the year.
I Wa Pa Ya Ga.
Now let's turn to the familiar word reading test. All the words in the test can either be decoded by pupils using their knowledge of the letters introduced in P1 or are high-frequency sight words that have been taught in class. Let's look at the performance by Daniel Okello at Aber Primary School. In Term 1, Okello is able to read just a few words. He has probably learned to read these words by sight. We begin teaching children sight words in Term 1, but he has yet to acquire the skill of decoding words.
Nam Jak Mach Ana Wich Kana.
In Term 2, you can see that he knows many more words. The difference in Term 2 is that when Okello doesn't recognize a word by sight, he can blend the letters together to read the word. You can see him quietly decoding words to himself.
Kat Tuhu Dog Nam Jak Mat Ana Wit Kana Doha Isina red, mama, mom, girl, kid.
By term 3, Okello is able to read at least 30 familiar words in 1 minute.
Atat, yot, kopi, guru, Jawa, Tandaro, Amin, Owek, Koho, Aber, Police, Alarm, Ready, Ninashi.
Oral reading fluency is a crucial skill in P1. It is not until a child is reading with a reading fluency of about 60 words per minute that he is able to fully comprehend the text he is reading. The writing sample used in this test contains words the pupils should be able to decode. Let's see how Atim Ezekiel at Alidi Primary School progresses with oral reading fluency during the school year. In term 1, Atim scans the text and does find a few words he can read in the middle of the text, but it's not even certain if he knows where to begin reading.
T. Mama. Okana.
In term 2, he shows that he can read some words and decode text, but he is still a long way from reading with comprehension.
One Omaroti. An Amaroti. Mama Okobo. Mama Shueo. Okay.
In term 3, Atim has attained the reading fluency we expect of the majority of pupils completing P1. He is reading about 30 words per minute.
Baba Okobo. Baba Shiro Chak. An Amaroti. Ataro Kobo.
Now let's look at how Auma Salume from Alidi Primary School demonstrates her writing skills over the course of the year. In term 1, you can see that Oma can write her surname, spelling it correctly, but not forming all the letters correctly yet. Oma is able to compose a meaningful story using pictures. Her drawings are easy to interpret and demonstrate that she is organizing information on a page appropriately. In term 2, she uses many more words to supplement the pictures in her story. Her story is meaningful and well sequenced. She is also writing her full name now and forming the letters with more accuracy. In term 3, the time Oma spends on her drawings decreases as she shifts her focus to writing a sentence. Note that she capitalizes the first word in the sentence and uses a full stop at the end. We don't expect all pupils to have mastered these writing conventions by the end of P1, but they should at least use them sometimes. Oma continues to write her full name, spelling it correctly with all the letters now formed properly. Let's review the 4 competency benchmarks we have established for P1 pupils. By the end of P1, pupils should be able to identify and read all 16 letters introduced during the year in both their upper and lower case forms, read at least 30 familiar words in 1 minute, read an unfamiliar text with a reading fluency of about 30 words per minute, write one's full name with correct spelling and letter formation, and write at least 1 sentence about a topic. Finally, let's not forget to congratulate all the Northern Uganda Literacy Program teachers, for their great improvement of the pupils would never have been possible if it wasn't for their hard work, bottomless patience, and great love for their children that they bring every single day to their classrooms. Apoyo Matek.